Hey everyone, thank you so much to all of you who have tuned in. In this deep dive, we are sharing the absolute latest football transfer news.
And there is a lot of it to get through today.
There really is. It's a packed desk. So before we jump into the madness, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button. You'll want to stay updated on all this.
Right. So our mission today is simple. I promise you, we are going to cover every single piece of the transfer news we have here without missing a single detail.
Which is going to be wild because the landscape of European football is it's being aggressively reshaped right now.
Exactly. I was thinking about this earlier. Imagine sitting down to play a casual game of Monopoly, right? But instead of plastic houses, you're trading world-class athletes.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it feels like.
And right before you roll the dice, the bank just casually prints $1 trillion extra and tosses it onto the board. That absolute chaos is what this June 2026 window looks like.
The Monopoly analogy holds up perfectly, honestly. When you look at the raw data crossing our desks, we're seeing valuations that completely defy traditional market logic.
I mean, it's driven by just a few major players operating with unlimited bankrolls. Let's start with the Premier League heavyweights. The financial gravity there is it's dictating the entire market.
It really is. They aren't just participating in the market anymore, they are the market.
Yeah, and Manchester City just blew the baseline completely out of the water. They broke their club record, buying Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest for a staggering £116 million.
116 million, let that sink in.
Right, it's absurd. When a fee is that large, it feels less like team building and more like a psychological weapon against the rest of the league.
It's an economic arms race. City sets that benchmark, so now clubs like Arsenal and Chelsea feel totally forced to either match that spending or just monopolize the talent.
Which perfectly explains Arsenal's current situation. They put in an initial £55 million offer for Newcastle's Bruno Guimaraes.
And let me guess, Newcastle laughed them out of the room.
Pretty much. It was outright rejected. Now Arsenal is preparing a brand new bid, but I mean, if City is throwing down $116 million for Anderson, a $55 million bid for Guimaraes isn't going to get anyone to the table.
No, of course not. Newcastle looks at that Anderson fee and just mathematically calculates that Guimaraes has to be worth way more. Arsenal has to recalibrate or get left behind.
And while Arsenal recalibrates, Chelsea is just taking this arms race and turning it into a monopoly. Their tactics are so aggressive.
Oh, you're talking about the Palestra deal?
Yes. They hijacked Marco Palestra right out from under Inter Milan's nose. They bought him from Atalanta for €55 million.
Which is a massive fee on its own.
Right, but here's the crazy part. They put him on a contract until June 2032 with an option for 2033.
Wow. 7 to 8 years.
Exactly. And they aren't stopping there. Crystal Palace's Maxence Lacroix is reportedly their top target for center back right now.
So they're just hoarding assets.
Yeah, but I mean, look at those contract lengths. You're signing players until 2033 while actively pushing out your own homegrown talent. Like Trevoh Chalobah has been told to just find a new club.
Right, because he doesn't fit the accounting spreadsheet anymore.
Yeah, Como was actually interested in him, but I just have to ask, is this actual team building or just starving the competition? And Chelsea also slapped a €75 million price tag on right back Malo Gusto simply because Man City is interested.
See, this all comes back to amortization and pure profit. The technical term for what Chelsea is doing is amortization, stretching that $55 million over 8 years.
So it looks cheaper on the books for this year.
Exactly. But the danger is the long-term bloat. And because they have that bloat, they ruthlessly liquidate homegrown talent like Chalobah, because academy players represent 100% pure profit on the financial fair play ledger.
It's just wild. Which brings us perfectly to how the rest of Europe is handling this. While the Premier League throws money at the wall, the continent is doing these high-stakes financial gymnastics.
The art of the flip, basically.
Yes. The wildest deal of the window. Real Madrid triggered a €9 million buyback clause for Nico Paz.
Which is standard practice for them.
Right. But then, literally just days later, Como agrees to buy him back from Madrid for a massive €60 million. I mean, explain this to me. It's like house flipping.
It really is.
How does a player go from $9 million to $60 million in a matter of days? Who is actually winning in this Como and Real Madrid transaction.
Well, Madrid is definitely winning. This is the hidden economics of modern football. Buyback clauses are weaponized for instant profit.
So they just parked his development somewhere else.
Exactly. They mitigated their risk, his value exploded, and Madrid acted as an inescapable middleman. It's a legally binding way to print money. But it also highlights the insane premium on young attacking potential right now.
Oh, the premium is astronomical. Just look at AC Milan. They're backing their new Amorim era by spending 74 million euros plus add-ons for the Portuguese PSG striker Goncalo Ramos.
That is a massive statement signing.
It is. But if you contrast that premium for attackers with how teams are finding defenders, it's a completely different market.
Oh, defensive recruitment is fascinating right now.
Right. Like Bayern Munich just secured Eintracht Frankfurt's left back for 55 million euros, contracted until June 2031. But then you look around and see incredible bargains.
The highly efficient veteran market.
Exactly. Atletico Madrid finalized an absolute steal, 20 million euros for Bayer Leverkusen's left back Alejandro Grimaldo.
20 million for Grimaldo is a masterclass in market timing.
And it gets better. Dutch defender Stefan de Vrij just agreed to join Panathinaikos on a free transfer. Free.
See, that's the thing. Defenders age differently than attackers. Their game is about positioning. So, securing proven, veteran defenders for cheap is the smart play while everyone else is obsessed with attacking youth.
Makes sense. But if clubs are being smart with defenders, they have completely lost their minds when it comes to goalkeepers.
Oh, the goalkeeper carousel is out of control.
It's the most volatile position on the pitch now. Manchester United is officially sending Andre Onana back to Trabzonspor on loan until June 2027.
Which is crazy considering he was supposed to transform their entire system.
Right, and then you look at Tottenham Hotspur, they are doing a total systemic overhaul in goal in a single window. Antonin Kinski is going to be the new number 1.
Okay.
Martin Dubravka is being brought in to be the number 2, and Guglielmo Vicario is reported to be leaving soon. Oh, and on top of that, Spurs youngster Lucas Bergvall decided to leave the club this season for a new challenge.
Just a complete exodus.
Yeah. I mean, have clubs lost their minds regarding goalkeepers? We see keepers stay at a club for a decade. Has this obsession with ball-playing keepers made clubs too impatient?
I think it absolutely has. Goalkeepers are judged more as outfield playmakers than shot stoppers now.
Which is a huge shift.
It is. If they don't fit the exact tactical system, if their passing is off by a fraction, managers will ruthlessly discard them.
And selling clubs know this. Look at French club Toulouse. They saw the desperation across Europe and slapped an 18 to 20 million euro price tag on Guillaume Restes amid heavy interest.
They're heavily taxing the desperation. If you have a keeper who fits that narrow profile, you can ask for whatever you want.
Exactly. And this frantic reshuffling isn't just contained to Europe's top flights either. The global markets, youth scouting, the rumor mills, everything is shifting.
The entire ecosystem is so deeply connected now.
Yeah, and shutting down rumors is half the battle. Like Neymar had to publicly deny rumors of a summer move to MLS club FC Cincinnati.
Oh, really? Cincinnati?
Yeah, he stated very clearly that he is entirely focused on the upcoming World Cup.
Which makes sense. He needs to bypass the MLS to keep his competitive edge sharp for a major tournament.
Totally. And over in Spain, Real Betis had to shut down rumors too. They confirmed there are no talks with River Plate for midfielder Gio Lo Celso. He's staying in their squad.
Securing your core is vital, especially since Betis is about to lose Sergi Altamira to Sporting.
Right, and RB Leipzig is also reported to be interested in Altamira. It never stops. But the most interesting global dynamic to me is how the transatlantic youth moves are flipping the script.
You're talking about the MLS acting as an exporter now.
Yes, Parma just agreed to buy Benjamin Cremaschi from Inter Miami for 4 million euros plus 500,000 in add-ons.
That's a huge milestone.
It is. We usually think of the MLS as buying aging stars, but Miami is selling talent to Italy. It mirrors Neymar's situation. The global dynamic is totally changing.
European sporting directors are just prospecting globally to lock down teenage talent before their valuations explode.
And they're doing it everywhere. Moran's just agreed to buy 19-year-old Bournemouth winger Kobe Motto on a contract until June 2029.
Locking them down long term.
Yep. Nottingham Forest agreed to sign Hearts player Boyd Frazier, also until June 2029. But while they hoard youth, the Middle East market is actually steadying itself with veterans.
Yeah, they're stepping back from the erratic megabids.
Exactly. Alessio Romagnoli is leaving Lazio to join Al Sadd for 3 million euros. And Jack Hendry just agreed to a 2-year contract extension with Al Ettifaq until June 2028.
It shows a maturation of all these global markets. The Middle East gets experienced reliability, while Europe treats teenagers like blue-chip stocks.
Which brings us perfectly to the end of the board. We've synthesized this entire deep dive. We started with City's £116 billion gamble and Arsenal's forced reaction.
We covered Chelsea's wild 7-year FFP amortizations and the pure profit of pushing out Chalobah.
Right, and we unpacked Real Madrid's insane €60 million flip of Nico Paz to Como, plus Milan's huge spend on Goncalo Ramos.
Contrasted perfectly with Bayern's $55 million on a left-back versus Atletico getting Grimaldo for 20.
And De Vrij moving for free. We also broke down the tactical ruthlessness of the goalkeeper Carousel Onana out, Spurs replacing Vicario with Kinski and Dubravka, and Toulouse cashing in on Resties.
Plus all the global shifts, from Neymar and Lo Celso staying put to Kremoski heading to Parma.
And we didn't miss Bergval, Motto, Frazier, Altamira, Romagnoli, or Hendry. So, as promised at the start, we delivered every single piece of news without missing anything.
We definitely covered it all.
We did. Thank you so much once again to everyone tuning in today. Thank you, and see you next time.
But before you click away, I want to leave you with one lingering question.
Ooh, all right.
With clubs locking players into 7-year contracts like Palestra and breaking the £100 million barrier for single players, what happens when these massive gambles fail?
That's a scary thought.
It is. Are we watching the creation of untouchable super teams? Or the inflation of a massive financial bubble that is bound to burst? Something for you to mull over.